Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
You ready for this?
Hey, I've been ready.
This is take 3.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I think I'm Tim Scott.
His lovely wife, Dawn.
You've joined the Gateway to the Magic. We are here to talk about the second half of our cruise aboard the Disney Dream.
The beautiful Disney Dream.
Gorgeous Disney Dream.
She is beautiful.
And despite the fact that the Wish had just came out, it's still a beautiful ship.
It is. I think all of Disney's ships are very beautiful.
They are.
They all have their own unique characteristics, and it's just beautiful. But this time we were on the Disney Dream.
True. And they're all kept in tip-top shape, so you don't have to worry about that at all.
Oh, yeah, it was wonderful.
That's true. So if you recall on the last show, I sang Whale.
You did. You did a good job, too.
I thought I did. But we don't have a recording of that anywhere, so thank goodness. Let's see. What else happened? 2, our air conditioner went out at home. We found out while we were pulling out a Castaway Key.
Yes. And shout out to our wonderful friends that came to her rescue, and he was able to fix it. It wasn't actually the air conditioning that went out. It was the blower fan.
Blower motor, yeah.
Yeah, for the furnace and the air conditioner. So he was able to get that replaced, and we're grateful.
We are.
And grateful for all of our wonderful neighbors who just keep an eye on things. And, I love neighbors that are like that. They kept an eye on our house. We're watching their house while they're gone and
that's right.
Getting their mail and all that stuff. So shout out to all our wonderful neighbors.
Love them all. So since we don't have any bad neighbors, we're worried that we are the bad neighbors in the neighborhood.
Oh, no, I didn't think about that.
You didn't think about it that way, did you?
Oh, my goodness. Now I got to get off of here and go make some cake or something.
Oh, that's right. Cake for everyone. Cake for everyone. Okay, so we're on the Disney Dream.
Yes.
As of last time, we have pulled out a Castaway Key.
Mm-hmm.
We were continuing on to our dinner that evening for our day at sea the next day.
Yes. We ate at Enchanted Garden.
Love
that
Enchanted
night.
Garden. We
had a really nice table that was near a window, so that was really pretty. And because we had early seating this time, which normally we do later seating, but this time we decided to mix it up and do the early seating. It was still daylight out. We were able to see the ocean for a little bit till sunset, and it was very nice.
We were. We will revisit the early dining versus late dining at the end of the show. How about that?
Okay.
So had a good dinner. What did we do that evening? Was that a Lightyear evening? Did we see Lightyear?
No, that wasn't.
Oh, I'm jumping ahead. But we did see Lightyear on the ship.
Yeah. I think because it was Castaway Key, I think we were tired. We've been out in the sun all day. I think after dinner, we just went back to our room and we were on the balcony for quite a long time that night. And just watching the ocean, and it was a beautiful, clear night, watching the stars and the moon, and it's just a really pretty night. I think we just took it easy and we kind of went to bed early that night.
That could be, because sun does take it out of you when you're in the sun.
It does. It was hot. Then the next day was our day at sea, one of my most favorite days. I love the days at sea.
They're so relaxing.
They really, truly are.
Oh my gosh. We had breakfast. Where did we have breakfast that day? Do you recall? I know it was probably...
It was probably Royal Palace. I think that's where we ate most breakfast. We ate one of them in Enchanted Garden, but I'm not sure which is which.
Yeah.
But that was fine. We had a nice breakfast, and it's always yummy. They have, basically the same thing. I usually just get eggs and some toast, and I think,
Get a Mickey waffle, maybe?
Yeah.
I enjoy getting a Mickey waffle whenever I can.
Yeah. We love Mickey waffles.
Oh, they're so good.
So that day we played some trivia, and we just kind of wandered around the ship a little bit. We thought possibly we might go and see the Pixar shorts that they show on Funnel Vision. We'd love that.
Yes.
That was kind of a bust. For a ship that was less than half full, the pool area was packed. Like there was not one lounge chair to be found anywhere.
True.
On that deck, to watch Funnel Vision at all. So we kind of sat underneath like the overhang at a round table for a little bit and talked and enjoyed just the atmosphere and stuff. But the pools were really, really packed that day. Then we ate at Cabanas, and I don't know. This time I wasn't totally thrilled with the food at Cabanas. I just didn't think it was that good. I don't know.
Okay, I had some seafood. I got some crab legs. They were good.
Mm-hmm.
But after a little bit, I was just it wasn't worth the effort to. I mean, they were like pre-cut, so you could cut them open easily or crack them open easily. But after a while, I was just like, I had a couple, I was good.
Yeah, I am a picky eater, and so I do have trouble finding, things that I like because while I'm a picky eater, I'm not a pizza and chicken nugget type eater either. So I just had a little trouble finding stuff to eat, but that was okay. That's on me, not on Disney.
That being said, the chicken strips that you get delivered for room service are fantastic.
Well, that's good.
Those were really good.
Yeah.
I believe Bob Chapek even mentioned it during the Christening of the Wish that people love the chicken strips.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, I didn't even know that was that much of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, that's not my thing. So
yeah,
I don't know. But you think for being a overweight lady, I don't have trouble finding food to eat, but I do.
Stop it.
But oh well. Anyway, so I think we played trivia that day. I think we went crafting that day too.
Yeah, trivia is always fun because you kind of see the same people at the trivia. Mm-hmm. Every time there's a different trivia, the same people keep showing up. Then eventually you start joining.
Danny boy, we love you.
Danny boy,
we had a great time with him and his family, and we had a really great time at trivia. We always met somebody that we could chat with, and we just had a super good time.
I like being able to impress people with my trivia knowledge.
You were.
I don't know where it stays in my head.
I don't either.
I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I remember things from 30 years ago.
This is true. So I love it when the one question that the cruise director or the entertainment host asked, and she's like, nobody gets this question correct. And she walked over and she looked at your answer, and I think she was like, yeah, great. He has it correct. Now I can't say that anymore.
Oh, I'm sure she's still saying it. But still.
She could. Who knows? But it was fun.
What was that? I don't even remember what it was.
It was about what is Disney Cruise Line classified under in the Disney
Let's not share it on the show.
We won't, but that was the question.
I did know that.
So yes, you did. Good job.
Thank you.
So, but the crafts last time, okay, well, let's go back to when we were on the Fantasy before.
Okay.
We went to a crafting day and they were making really cute little tile, like coasters.
Yes.
And it was for adults only because they had tiny little pieces.
Right.
And they were just little, probably ceramic tiles that you could.
Yeah. They were ceramic.
You put them into a little wooden frame and you could make a pattern, and we really enjoyed that. That was an awful lot of fun.
Yes.
So this craft was wooden ornaments. They had an anchor and a mermaid and a ship's wheel.
Yeah.
And some other stuff. And they had Sharpie markers to decorate them with. And then she also had she called it glitter. That was actually like sequins is what she had.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, that's fine. It wasn't glitter. They were kind of hard because, Sharpie markers on wood doesn't typically go well.
No.
So I'm not even sure we brought ours home.
I don't think we did because I didn't even bother to color mine. I just picked it up and sat down.
Yeah.
I wasn't too impressed with the
no. And then the other craft was making a paper 3D ship that you had to fold into a ship form like they showed you. But
I
don't know. That was forever. I mean, I think they had the one we went to, they had kids there too. We didn't stay long.
Right.
We were just like, okay, we're over this now. But we just we wandered the ship a lot. We sit on our balcony a lot. We really, truly love that.
It's so relaxing.
It really is, especially because we had the extended balcony with the half loungers there. I don't know if we just had chairs if we would sit on our balcony. I don't know.
That's a good point.
The loungers, they're the same half loungers that are on the pool deck. They're not the full size ones, but the half. Right. But they have those as well on the pool deck. They put them on the balconies of the extended verandas as well, and they're just comfortable and relaxing. And I think I took a nap. I was tired, so I think we took a nap too. And then we had dinner that night, and dinner would have been back at Royal Palace. So,
I enjoyed the Royal Palace.
I do too. They had, I think that's the night I had, did I have the bolognese that night? That was good. It was tasty.
I think that was also, might have been Tuna Tower night. I don't remember, but I do enjoy the Disney Cruise Line Tuna Tower.
You love their Tuna Tower.
I only got one.
Yeah.
I could have had 3, but I stopped at 1.
Our servers would have brought you as many as you wanted.
But man, they really wanted to bring me multitudes of food every night. They were like, bring you something else, sir.
I know. I just, I've been trying as I have getting older. I'm finding it's super easy to put on weight. So I'm trying really hard not to do that. So I decided that I would order whatever I wanted, but I was only going to eat half of what I ordered.
Yeah, you confused them.
Oh my goodness. I thought I was going to push them over the edge. They were so unhappy with me as far as like, oh, you only ate half. You don't like this. I'll bring you something else. What else do you want? I'm like, no, I'm purposely only eating half. It was delicious. Thank you.
That's right.
And it was. Every appetizer I had was delicious. I had soup and there was good salads and just all kinds of tasty things. But I only wanted half. And then the entree, oh, that just really did them in when I only ate half of my entree. So, although I will say, I ate the entire dessert every night.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because it was good. The desserts were
delicious.
You're
on a cruise. I think you're allowed to have some
That's
dessert.
the only thing I ate all of was the desserts. But yeah, it was delicious.
But really enjoy the day at sea.
Mm-hmm. We do enjoy a day at sea very, very much.
And that brought us to the next day.
So the next day we get up and it is Cozumel Day.
I'm not sure how I feel about Cozumel.
We've been there before and we've seen the ruins and we did the semi-submersible on, other past trips and we're not super beach people. So that would not appeal to us one way or the other.
And we're not drinkers.
No, not at all.
We're not young people. So we're not going to go to like Senior Frogs.
Right. Exactly. So we decided to just get off the ship and I wanted to get some Mexican vanilla.
Yes.
We decided to get off and do that. While we were at breakfast, after we came out of breakfast that day, the server who served us on our embarkation day lunch, her name was Mimi, super sweet lady.
She's a riot.
Oh my gosh, she's so fun. Just a super happy, bubbly person. So I just love interacting with the cast members. Honestly, I don't know that we've ever run into a cast member that we haven't loved, that they haven't been wonderful for the most part. And so she asked us what we were doing and we told her, and she said to skip all the shops that were in the port or the shopping area right by the port and go to this store called Mega. And she said, you should be able to, get what you need there probably at a much better price. And she's like, it's like a 5-minute walk that when they're in port, that's where the cast members go to shop.
And I always worry when someone says it's just a 5-minute walk.
But it was a 5-minute walk.
But it was a 5-minute walk.
Yeah.
But sometimes you hear, it's just a 5-minute walk.
3 hours later. Exactly. No, it was a 5-minute walk.
It absolutely was.
So we get off and we are going through all the little shops. I would really have liked to have stopped and looked in some of those shops to, see what they had. And
I don't like the harassment.
Just browse around. But that's why we didn't, because they're so aggressive anymore.
Right.
I don't remember on past trips having the people that work there be as aggressive as they are now.
I don't know if it's because we got off a little bit later than a lot of people. Like we weren't in the big rush of people.
Right.
It was just basically us and a couple people behind us, I think.
That could be.
So I don't know if that was part of it, but didn't care for that experience so much.
Oh my gosh. They're practically grabbing your wrists and trying to pull you into their shops. And
it's not adorable like it is in a Mexico boat ride. The Grand Fiesta Tour where they're kind of following you along.
Yeah, no, it's not cute like that at all.
It wasn't cute like that at all, no.
So, and you just, and I don't want to be rude because I know this is how they're making their living. And there's, and so I'm just like, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. But I really would have liked to have looked, but they just needed to back off. In the one shop we did see, they had some Mexican vanilla there and we kind of looked at it and thought, well, maybe on our way back, if we don't find the mega store or find,
we know
where we're going. So although we had seen a sign for it, but again, you're like, I don't know how far away that is. But anyways, we got out of the shopping area there and kind of started following the direction that we thought the store was. And we actually found it very easily, very quickly. And so we went in and there's like some shops down on the first floor, but the mega store is actually on the second floor. We didn't look all through the store, but it kind of looked like, a mini Walmart.
Yeah,
that you could find pretty much anything there that you needed. They had a little bit of food. They had a little bit of clothing. They had some.
In the front, they were selling scooters.
Beachwear. Yeah, scooters. So, but right when you get up the escalator there is a ton of Mexican vanilla. You cannot miss it. In all like bottle sizes. They had clear vanilla, the regular vanilla. They had everything.
Yes.
So we looked at it and it was a little bit cheaper than
it was
right at the port. So I'm glad we went. I think we got a bigger bottle for the price of a smaller bottle at the port. if you're into that and you want a lot of Mexican vanilla, I probably suggest going to the Mega Store because we do really well.
We didn't bother to really tour the rest of the store to see what was available.
No, we just glanced around a little bit. We didn't really need anything else.
No, I think we wanted to get back and maybe do some pool stuff.
So we got ourselves a bottle of Mexican vanilla, and
yes,
I think we're set for quite a while till we go back. So the nice thing is you don't really have to go back through where all the vendors are to get back to the ship. You can kind of bypass a lot of that, kind of walk a little different way. So that was good.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it must be really hard to make your living that way. But yeah, like I said, I would have loved to have looked in their shops and things and, maybe purchase something, but it was just so aggressive and I can't handle that. So we just needed to go. But that was good. So we got back on and then we decided, since most of the people were doing their shore excursions, that we would try out the pool and the hot tub.
Right.
So that was nice.
It was good pool time.
It was. Our cabin neighbors were in the pool as well. So we got to chit chat with them again. Yeah. Super nice girls and just had a really nice time. I love their adult pool that, my head is not above water when we're in the main area of that pool. Cause it's kind of deep.
Oh, right,
there.
Right. Yes.
But then they have like a seating area, that nice little bench, so you're mostly in the water. It's nice. It's comfy. The water was nice and warm and it was wonderful. It was a nice time in the sun. We did that for a little bit and then the wind started picking up a little bit. And so it was a little bit chilly on your wet skin.
Oh, right.
So we decided to move from the pool, which is not an easy task to get in and out of their pool.
Yes.
I mean, they do have like a ladder there, which I think we ended up using the ladder. But I know some more graceful people than myself were just like hopping in and out over the side of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to hop in and out and I'm going to like fall flat on my face.
I did that on the Enchantment of the Seas.
Yes, you did.
Cruise. I fell. I think I talked about that on the show before.
Yeah.
But I did not hurt any children or cause a tsunami. So
this is true. Thank goodness.
Oh my goodness.
So we went and got in the hot tub for a little bit.
Can I tell you how much I enjoy the hot tub there?
I know you really love the hot tub there.
Probably one of my favorite places on the planet, especially when it's cold up here. I just imagine being on that hot tub on a Disney cruise ship. Especially
because, the bottom is clear. So you can like look down and see the ocean.
Down and see the ocean, look out and see Cozumel.
And Cozumel is a very beautiful place. It's beautiful. The water is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It is. It's nice. It's a beautiful place. So, we sat in the hot tub for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
talked to some people while we were in the hot tub.
We did. Very nice people. Honestly, I don't know that we've ever had a conversation with somebody we didn't enjoy on a Disney cruise.
Absolutely.
So, and then did that for a little bit. Then I was getting a little too warm.
Yeah, because we were talking for so long. We realized we got to get out quickly because even I was getting too hot. I'm like, we got to get out of here.
So, and then we laid it was in the shade, but we laid on one of the loungers. The loungers in the adult area are really nice. I think they're wooden, and then they have a nice little thick cushion on them.
The pillow?
Exactly. Oh, and the cast members lay out towels like on each of the loungers.
I get used
so you don't even have to get up and go get your own towel. It's just there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're a little spoiled in the adult area.
We could have had a drink. We just raised our hand.
Oh,
walking around.
Yeah. The bartender came around and he had like a bucket of White Claw and he was asking our cabin neighbors, did they want some more? And, just got it for them. It was really nice. So
that is living it up on the cruise ship there. Just
the
whole adult area, the Cove Cafe is right there.
Honestly, I think we spent the majority of the afternoon there.
I think we did too.
So, and then we decided we probably needed to get showered and cleaned up because it was pirate night.
It was pirate night. How do you feel about the pirate menu at dinner? Because everyone on the ship has the same menu. All the restaurants have the same menu.
Right. Well, it's mostly seafood.
Right.
And I have a shellfish allergy. It's mostly a shrimp allergy, but I don't eat other shellfish because I'm not sure if I would have a reaction or not.
And we're not going to risk that in the high seas.
No. But they did have a steak, I believe it was. So I had the steak and it was very, very tasty. The steak was delicious. I forget what appetizer or soup I had. I'm not sure if that was French onion soup night or not, but if it was, that was very good. I like the French onion soup. Or if I had a salad, I don't remember. But I did have a steak and it was delicious.
Yes, you did. I was looking at the picture right now. And I had some kind of seafood.
You had a lot of seafood that night.
I did have a lot of seafood. I think I had some kind of shrimp thing. I'm looking at it. Oh, a little downfall of the evening, dining-wise. And it wasn't a downfall. We just tried something new.
Right.
Do you remember what it was?
The chocolate rum cake.
Yes, I'm looking at a picture of it right now.
Yes. It looked beautiful.
It looked gorgeous.
But it was not something that I cared for.
I had a bite. I didn't care for it either. I don't know if it was too rummy.
I don't know.
Or I don't think it was too chocolatey. That wouldn't bother me so much.
Yeah, no, it didn't have like any chocolate taste to it. I didn't think. And maybe it wasn't supposed to. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. That I did ask our servers. I said, could I please order something else? And of course, they brought us something else right away.
Heck yeah. They would have brought us one of everything if we'd asked.
Oh, I know they would have. So I'm
surprised they didn't do it once just to see what we would do.
Yeah, no kidding. I think that was also, I was kind of going back and forth between that, and I think there was a berry cobbler that they had, and I think that's what we ended up getting, and it was delicious.
Yes.
So very, very good. After dinner then, we just, I think that was another night, because it was just, the nights were just beautiful. The sky was gorgeous, the stars were gorgeous, and we...
You never see it. I'm sure it was probably like this maybe out west, but I never see as many stars as I do when we're on a cruise ship anywhere else.
Right. Because I think the light pollution, isn't there. So you're able to see so many more. So it was really, really pretty.
Just fascinating.
The ocean I love the sound of the ocean, and it was great. So was that the day I think I saw a sea turtle? Was that day?
It could have been.
I think it was the day. I think we were just on our balcony.
Oh, just on our balcony.
And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a sea turtle. That was so, and I don't know how big it was because we're up high.
Right.
But I mean, the fact that I could see it had to have been kind of big.
You would think.
I don't know.
Crush was following me because I did learn how to speak whale, as you heard on the last show. That's right,
to speak whale. So I don't know, but it was good. So that was a fun thing for me to see a sea turtle. Yes. That was cool.
Tell everybody what happened to our room when we went back after dinner.
Oh, honestly, we had the best stateroom attendant. We always do. I say that every cruise. We had the best stateroom attendant.
But it was true.
And we really do. We got back in our room, and I was just really shocked. I joked around. I'm like, oh, he must have heard that, Crush thinks you need to romance your wife a little bit more, because he had done the towels in the shape of like two swans, and they, put their heads together to make the heart and everything. But on top of that, he had placed little red rose petals all over the bed.
Yes, he did.
So that was so sweet.
Wow.
So he takes so much time. He's so meticulous in his work to make sure everything is perfect and, just as amazing for us.
Yes. Shout out to Tony. Tony was fantastic.
Oh, Tony was fantastic.
We saw fireworks.
Oh, yeah, it was pirate night. So we saw the fireworks, of course.
I'm not really into the pirate show.
We've seen them before. We've seen it before.
I like seeing everybody in their little costumes like at dinner.
Mm-hmm, that's fun.
That's always fun. But I like listening to the music, and I love watching the fireworks. And we found a good spot just to do that.
We did. We went up to deck 12. And as soon as we
from the forward elevators.
Yes, we love the forward elevators. And when we got out to the deck, there happened to be a table and two nice comfy chairs with cushions right there. So we thought, well, we'll just sit here, and if we need to move when the fireworks start, we'll move so that we can see them and we could hear the music, and, we could listen to everything that was going on. So it was just really, really nice. And it was definitely not crowded up there. A few other people were up there for sure, but not crowded at all. And then when they did start the fireworks, we literally had a perfect view.
We did.
It was just, they were gorgeous. They were just going off right behind the funnel. Mm-hmm. And it was really magical.
It really was.
I loved that. Their fireworks were really, really good.
The backdrop of the fireworks, and in the foreground, you had the funnel there with the red and the blue all lit up. It was just fantastic.
It was just that. And they were good fireworks. We really enjoyed them. So we did fireworks, and then I think we went to bed shortly after that.
I think so. Mm-hmm. I think we did. I probably sat out back we probably went back out to the veranda for a little bit.
Oh, probably we did, because we spent a lot of time there. So, so we went to bed, and then the next day was another day at sea, which is our favoriteest days. We love those days at sea.
Oh, so much.
Yes. And I was looking forward to this activity because on the Fantasy, when we were on the Fantasy in 2019, it probably wasn't something that I would have thought of to go to.
Right.
But we were traveling with friends who had seen it before, and they're like, oh, you have to go. And it's called Anyone Can Cook.
Love this.
And on the Fantasy, I can't remember I know he did scallops one time, but he did apple strudel, which was beyond amazing to watch them stretch the dough and everything. Mm-hmm. So we were really looking forward to this. So it was in the morning in the D Lounge, I believe.
Yes.
So we went, got our little seats and everything, and they bring you a little bit of wine, which, I mean, it's not that we're completely non-drinkers. We just, don't do it typically often. But I did enjoy, they brought some nice white wine out, and they had a sommelier there that talked about pairing wines with, your different foods and seafoods. Yeah, I think it's really interesting. And the chef made lobster ravioli.
Yeah, he did.
He does like a live cooking demonstration, and there's TV monitors set up so that you can actually see what he's doing over the stove.
Yes, like overhead camera. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, and he gives you lots of like tips and tricks, like, you can buy the pre-made frozen dough. You don't have to make your dough fresh. And, if you do buy that, make sure you do this with it and that with it so that it comes out correct. And it was really interesting. And
when you walk in, they have cards with the recipes on there, so you don't have to worry about trying to write it down or anything.
Right. And and they allow you to ask questions if you have any questions about what they're doing.
It's very interactive.
It really is. It's just, we really enjoy that. And then we got to taste it. So, and you got lucky because you got to eat mine as well because it was lobster.
I got 2.
Yes, you did. But it's nice. They bring out the little samples for everybody. And it's just one of my favorite activities.
I wish we would have had more than just the one.
I do too. I would have loved for them to have seen like that, and then maybe a dessert of some type.
Oh yeah,
as well.
And adults only. Did we mention that? I don't remember.
Oh, this one was adults only. I think the one, the fantasy, they had one that was adults only and one that you could have kids there.
Right.
So that that was different. It was just adults, so it was really nice. We had a good time. Played more trivia.
Yes.
Didn't win.
No,
but that's okay.
Go to trivia, even if you don't know anything.
Yes.
Go to trivia. Just people watch.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Because you can pick out who's going to win.
Oh, you can pick out who's going to win before you even start the game.
It's either going to be the group of 12 that walk in. It's going to be the one solo guy.
Who knows everything.
Who's very quiet, but is wearing his Mickey shirt. And you're like, he's the one that's going to win.
And he did. So we talked to him afterward.
Oh, we did.
Oh, he was nice. I mean, everybody's nice, but we just have. I mean, they're happy. They're on a Disney cruise. What's not to be happy about? How can you not be happy? Yeah,
it's already paid for.
That's right.
It was paid 60 or 120 days.
That's right.
Before you got there.
Well ahead of time. I liked the 80s music trivia the best.
I always enjoy that.
I do. We just lost by one question.
I always lose by one question.
I know you always lose by one question.
And we lose against groups of more people.
Yeah. And we had
although I think the one we got wrong was my fault, though, now that I think about it.
It was, but that's okay. And then
but I knew more than we got many right.
You knew way more than the rest of us. Because I was there, and then we met up with Danny Boy's I think it was his sister-in-law, and I'm not sure if it was his sister or somebody else that was traveling with them. I'm not sure the relation, but we met up with them, and we teamed up with them for that. So that was, it was really fun. They knew a lot of the 80s stuff as well.
Yeah.
Not nearly as much as what you knew, but.
No, they didn't.
But they knew. So, we had a good time with them.
Because they kept looking at me like, how do you possibly know that? And I was just like, because I didn't have any friends.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I had 2. But
come on. But you listened to a lot of music, and you enjoyed music back in the 80s, and you had the albums, and you knew the artists, and so but that was really fun. And then the other trivia I really liked was brain teaser trivia, and I only like that because I know a lot of the answers. Because at school every Friday I do Figure It Out Friday, and so a lot of their questions were things that I've already asked my kids. And the one we lost by one again on that one. And the one that we lost by, I couldn't think. I knew it had something to do. The question was, what stays in a corner yet travels the world? And I knew that answer, but I just couldn't. It just wouldn't come to me.
Just blanked.
I just totally blanked out on it. But it was fun. We enjoyed.
What's the answer?
A stamp.
There you go.
So now you know.
The more you know.
That's right. We also went to a presentation, and I can't remember if it was the Friday C day or if it was the Wednesday sea day, but it was the making of the dream.
Yes.
That was really interesting.
It was, I won't say I didn't go in expecting it not to be interesting, but it was way more interesting than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm. They had like pictures and they had a cast member that, told all about it. I think they had a short little video about it. That was really, really interesting. And, you find out things that you don't know beforehand. Like the pub where a lot of the trivia took place was called Pub 687. And I'm sure people wonder what the significance of 687 is, or the significance of naming this lounge what they named it.
Right.
I don't ever think like that. I don't. But it was on the making of the dream where the cast member said that it is bad luck to call a ship by its name until it is completely built.
Right.
Then you can start calling it the Dream or the Wish or whatever it is. Until then, it is referred to by its hull number. Now, I didn't even know ships had a hull number. I know they had a hull, but I didn't know they had a number. And the Disney Dream hull number was 687. So that's where the pub number comes in. So that was kind of really cool trivia that I wouldn't have known before. But yeah, it was just really interesting how they came up with that. And you could ask the cast member all kinds of questions. And I think that one was that group we were in was really interactive, and they had a lot of questions for her. And, and she was really smart. I think there was a couple, she was like, oh gosh, I'm really not sure about that. And she said she offered to check, on the answer and get back to them. But for the most part, she was very, very good.
Yes. And the pub has memorabilia from the making of the ship. There's some metal cutouts from just like leftover pieces.
Right.
When they were cutting the hull and the sides of the ship and that kind of thing. And I think there's a replica of the coin that they put in the hull of the ships for good luck.
Yeah.
Or when they started. So
yeah, that was really good.
Swing by pub. I almost want to say Club 687. Pub 687.
Right.
On the Dream.
And get a pretzel with the cheese and the mustard dip. It was delicious. I had another pretzel because it was so delicious. So it was yummy, yummy.
I'm surprised the soft pretzel thing in the pub is not more of a deal that you hear in the Disney community.
I know.
Like
churros. It's not a Mickey pretzel. It's just a regular, but it's like a German pretzel.
Yes.
It's very delicious. Soft, and the cheese was yummy. So that's me. That's my issue. I just like carbs.
Well,
that's my issue. Why I can't find anything to eat because I just want to eat carbs.
Carbs don't count on the seas.
Tell that to my backside. I think
Okie doke.
So then we had dinner. Our last dinner.
Yes.
Was an Animator's Palette again. So,
yeah,
it was sad.
Was it? Oh,
it was beef Wellington night.
That's what I was just gonna say. That's your one. That's your favorite.
It is my favorite. I waited all week for beef Wellington night, and it did not disappoint.
No, it was very good. I even got it.
Yes, you did. It was delicious. We had that and yummy dessert. I don't remember what we had for dessert, but it was yummy. All the desserts were pretty much yummy.
They were.
So, then it was time to pack.
I didn't get it that night, but there's always a ice cream sundae of some kind on the menu.
I think you got that the first night.
I did.
Yeah.
I think it was a cookies and cream sundae that night. But
so I try to get cheesecake whenever possible, and there was a cheesecake the last night. So I think I had cheesecake twice for dessert because they had different cheesecakes. This one was a chocolate one. It was yummy. Then we had to go back and pack.
Yes.
And we did that for a little bit. But then it was movie night in the Walt Disney Theater.
Right.
The premiere day of Lightyear.
It was a very good movie.
It was. I don't know why I'm saying I was surprised, but.
Well, you never know.
You don't. Yeah, you're right.
It's an origin story of Toy Story, which has 4 movies out.
Right. I don't know. I'm probably dumb in this area. I wasn't quite making the connection, like the origin part. So, I mean, they didn't depict Buzz Lightyear's birth or anything. So I was like, I don't know how he got where. I mean, we know how he got where he got, but or where he ended up. But yeah, it was a very, very good movie. So
let me ask you this, because there was there's been some comments in the internet.
Oh, really?
Yes, about Buzz Lightyear's voice. Did it bother you that the voice was Chris Evans instead of Tim Allen?
I did not notice.
See, no, it didn't.
Like I said, I don't notice a lot of that kind of stuff.
A lot of people were upset that Tim Allen wasn't the voice.
Oh.
Now, Chris Evans did a fantastic job. Didn't bother me at all.
I didn't even notice, so it clearly didn't bother me.
And we love Chris Evans.
Yeah. I mean, he did a good job.
You loved him in Knives Out.
Yes, I love that movie.
You loved him in Defending Jacob.
Yes.
I like him as Captain America.
Mm-hmm. He did a good job.
He did.
So it was a really nice storyline.
Yes, it was.
So liked it very, very much.
So.
Yeah. So if you haven't had a chance to see Lightyear yet, highly recommend it.
I'll bet it'll be
Take
on Disney
family,
Plus soon.
Go on out. It'll probably be on Disney Plus very soon. I probably would watch it again.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
So it was really good.
One thing about Pixar movies, the more you watch them, the more you catch.
Right. For sure.
Especially, you ever had, your kids maybe watch the Pixar movies and they watch it again as an adult and they're like, I didn't even get all half this humor when I was watching it as a kid.
Yeah. So
our kids are like that with the Disney cartoon Recess also.
Yes, they are. I love that movie. That's my favorite cartoon, Recess.
Yeah, it is. Funny on so many levels.
It is. So after Lightyear was getting kind of late, so we went back, finished packing up what we needed to pack up. We are typically we self-walk off the ship. We don't send our luggage out and then collect it later.
No.
Because we need to get going. We have a very, 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 very long drive.
And we even rarely have breakfast on the ship.
No, I don't know that we ever have. I can't think when we would have ever.
Maybe Alaska, but I don't even know about that.
Oh, I think in Alaska we did. Yeah, you're right. Because, we did. Because we were with our friends that we cruise with typically. So we did order the day before because there's no room service the morning of debarkation.
Right. Good tip coming up.
Right. So the day, and I had read this before. This wasn't my original idea. I'd read it before. To order breakfast the day before, some muffins or donuts or, something along those lines, and then save it and have it for breakfast if you're not going to go out to the restaurants to eat. That way you have a little bit of something before you leave the ship. So that's what we did because we had I always travel with gallon Ziploc baggies because you just don't know what you need them for. Wet swimsuit to pack to go home or my hair products so they don't leak. So I always travel with a extra box of gallon size Ziploc baggies. So we pulled those out, put them in there, put them in the fridge, and they were, very good the next day. So we had a little bit of something before we got off the ship. And then they made us get off next morning. That was the sad part.
They did. This is a good tip, by the way, getting back to the breakfast thing. If you don't want to go in somewhere for breakfast, you have the little menu that, like we just said, where you write down what you want from choices and you put it out the night before.
Oh, yes.
And what time you want it delivered.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
So a couple of days we've got pastries and coffee, and it comes right at the time.
Yes.
It might be between
they say
9 and 9:30.
Yes,
it's 9.
It is. They are so prompt. So, and always make sure that if you do order room service, please tip the person that brings it. We typically tip $1 per item that we order, and then an extra, couple bucks. Just, I don't know where they're bringing it from, but I'm telling you, it's not close to wherever our cabin is. So, and they're always so nice, and they always ask, may I come in? And they come in, they put it on the, table there, the coffee table that you have there. They ask if you need anything. They ask, is everything correct? What do you need? Yep. They want to do a good job, and they do an awesome job. But, tip them accordingly.
Yeah, I want to mention that earlier, that there's another breakfast option if you don't want to.
Right. Yeah. And there's all times. I mean, there was lots of times to choose from. Oh, yeah. And you just write down instead of putting an X by something, you put how many of each do you want. So if you want 2 donuts or 2 carafes of coffee, whatever you need. So then the next morning we got up and showered and finished packing up our last little few minute things. And then actually we were still usually we're up and we're in line to get off the ship, right away. But actually they said the ship was cleared before we even were out of our cabin.
Yeah, it was very early.
It was very early. So we grabbed our suitcases and things and away we went. So I'm not sure if what I was reading online before we went to Miami was that you had to take a shuttle bus to and from the parking garage and the terminal. So I'm assuming that they must have moved. The Dream must have a different place.
Something. I don't know if they gave them a different place.
I think so, because it said parking garage C is where you needed to be. And that's exactly where we were. And it was literally across the street from the Disney terminal.
Yes. Easy walk.
Very easy walk. So we got off the Dream, went to the van, and we were on our way. I think it was like, might not even been 8 o'clock or a little bit after 8 when we got on our way. It was early.
It was early.
So, little navigation issue trying to get out of Miami.
Well, partly navigation, partly...
It was just there were people in our way. We couldn't get left or we couldn't get right.
A truck cut in front of us with a parade of cars behind him and we couldn't get left when we needed to get left. Exactly. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But the drive from Miami to Ohio was a little bit long, in case nobody longer than Orlando.
Yes, it was very, very long.
But easy. It was actually very easy.
It was. The typical, slowdowns in South Carolina, people coming from the beaches and
95.
whatnot. Ugh, 95.
Nemesis.
But, our GPS, Google Maps, or is that what we were using, Google Maps?
Google Maps.
They were just like, oh, we found a shorter route by 11 minutes. We're like, we're there.
We'll take it.
Yeah. So we got to see a lot of cute little towns in South Carolina because we got off the highway and then we got back on.
Yep. And we crisscrossed like over, next to the slowdowns. We're like, yep, this is it.
We're zipping on by. That worked for us. But yeah, it was an easy drive, and we overnighted in South Carolina and then drove the rest of the way home on Sunday and back to reality.
Oh, that's the worst part.
Well, for you.
The back to reality part.
Yeah, that's for you.
Well, yeah. You're still off for the summer.
I am.
You're still off.
Not very much longer, though. It's going by way too fast.
It always does.
It does.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Would you take another cruise out of Miami?
I would. I don't think that I would want to ever drive to Miami again.
Okay.
I would either want to fly into Orlando and rent a car and drive to Miami. That drive is easy. That's not a bad drive at all. Or just fly into, Southern Florida to begin with.
Right.
Depending on what's cheapest.
Because right now the Disney cruises are like 30% off out of Miami for a lot of the dates. So
they are. So, it's a really good deal.
Yeah.
30% off a cruise is fantastic.
Right.
And while I'm not sure if there's a restriction on the number of guests on the cruise line right now, I think they were kind of gradually lifting that.
Yeah, I think so.
The people still aren't. They're being more cautious. Some people are definitely traveling. Some people still are not. So the cruise ships aren't totally filled. Plus, with the Wish coming out, I think the other ships aren't quite as filled because people want to try the Wish, which is great. Yeah. I would definitely, anyone who wants to travel on the Wish, I would love for you to travel and then hear your experiences, what you think, because it's going to be a while before you and I can do that.
Right.
But yeah, I want to hear all about it. I'm excited.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but if you're just looking for, a nice, definitely very affordable cruise option, I would definitely consider the Disney Dream out of Miami.
That's right. So, if you're just going to fly in for a cruise anyway, it might be just as cheap to fly into Miami as Orlando and save some money on the cruise.
For sure. So, and it was great. The cast members were great. Service was great.
Yeah.
No, I don't have any. We never have any issues.
No.
So it's all fantastic.
It's been wonderful.
It has been. I'm so grateful. It just makes me not want to try any other cruise line. Not that they're bad. I'm sure there's great cruise lines out there, but I think Disney will always have our heart.
It's just been perfect every time.
It has.
Oh,
well, till next time.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining me for the show to talk about
I love
not just
talking about
the cruise,
our vacation.
but the last vacation.
I love talking about our vacations. And I survived without my kids.
You did.
And I had a great time. I really, truly did.
Yes.
As two adults, without kids on a Disney cruise ship, tons to do for adults and lots of adult-only options.
And lots of other adults without kids.
Yeah, lots of them. So, and even the ones that had kids, their kids love the kids club. So they're pretty much without their kids anyway, because the kids are like, yeah, see ya, going to my club.
That's right.
So yeah, there was, the one family that we talked to, they couldn't get their kids out of the kids club.
That almost always happens,
They were just like, yeah, thought we'd have all this family time and bonding time. And yeah, our kids just don't want to be with us. They want to be in the clubs.
Right.
But let them go. Let them have fun.
That's it.
So.
You'll see them when you get back home.
That's right, for sure. Then you'll wish you'll had the Disney Club nearby.
There you go. There you go. All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm Tim Scott, Facebook, Twitter, the website, ResortLoop.com. If you're thinking you want to go on a Disney cruise, you can always check us out over at ResortLoopTravel.com. If you're thinking of moving to Orlando, where you can just drive down to Miami to get on your cruises.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Visit Victor Naraki at DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com. He'd be glad to help you out also.
For sure.
Everybody, I've been Tim Scott. You've been listening to the Gateway to the Magic.
See you, everybody.
Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoop.com.